Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Sophina Turner. I am the host of Charm City Decoded, and I welcome you all back to a new episode. In this episode, we're going to be discussing what's going on in Jackson, Mississippi. It's a bill that's being passed down there with their legislative body, and it has been passed actually. It passed on March 7th, I believe, with the state senate down in Jackson, and it's centered around this bill that's called 1020. And it's about the legislative branch is trying to appoint. Now, this is a white legislative branch. The white members, the white representatives down in Jackson is trying to appoint uh, white white judges to take control or make decisions for the largest blackest city in the nation. And whereas it's against the law, basically, it's against the Constitution, the Mississippi Constitution, for them to even do that because these positions are elected positions, not appointed. So that's one thing. And what's in the body of this is two things that I know they focus on. Uh, and the first thing is it's the First Amendment that is. It's centered around the Capitol Police will have concurrent jurisdiction with the Jackson Police Department, which hasn't never been done. So this is something that's going on down there where they're gonna be in charge of all. And that this community, I believe, is like 85% populated by blacks, 85 to 90% populated by blacks. That's why they call it one of the largest black communities in the nation. Um, Also, we have the Second Amendment, which is to remove a section in the bill allocating funds to the Hinds County District Attorney's Office for two more district attorneys. The amendment designates funds to go to the crime lab instead. The crime lab instead. They said this bill is brought into debate for seeking to create an appointed uh, judiciary within the blackest large city in the nation, while all other similar judicial posts in the state are elected. It would also have broadly expanded jurisdiction of the white appointed state police department inside the Jackson City limits. Now, the debate centers around the bill that violates the U.S. Constitution because it denies a right to vote to the city's 80% plus black population and allows the judges to be appointed by a white chief justice of the state Supreme Court. Now, this bill creates a judicial system that is not allowed by the Mississippi Constitution. So, and the other state is Florida. You have the governor down there. His name is Ron DeSantos. He is passing, he is centered around the topic of wokeness. He wants to eliminate or stop the discussion on black history. He don't want black history to be taught in schools. He feel that, well, I'm not going to tell you what he feel. I'm just saying what is in the news media. They saying that he is against, certain books being read in schools, being taught in schools. It's all centered around banning black authors. That, you know, and what you think about that? What you think of what's really going on with that? Like I had a discussion once before in an earlier podcast, and it was about how they want to, ban certain books. They want to stop the discussion on Black history, as far as slavery and all that our ancestors went through. And they don't want, you know, criminal race theory to be taught. They don't want no. They don't want to. They think they saying that it makes them feel like they are the bad, like they are bad people. Um, Make their children feel less than. Uh, so you're saying just because we're speaking our truth, telling our history of what happened here in these United States of America, from slavery through Reconstruction, through Jim Crow, to the current day, that we are making your children feel less than? All we doing is speaking our truth, because the whole truth is not being told in the history classes of today. You know, a lot of us didn't know that Black Wall Street existed when we was in school. We never heard of Black Wall Street. You know, and it's just a lot that's been going on throughout centuries that our people have endured and had experienced and had to die for. You know, why would you abandon the story of Rosa Parks? Why? That's a part of history. Why would you ban Toni Morrison's The Blue as Eyes? That was her experience as a growing up as a Black woman in this country. Through her vision of how Black girls saw themselves. They saw themselves where they wished they was white than who they were. That's what's going on. They want to erase who we are as a people to this country. We are the strength behind this country. We helped this country to form into the great union that it has become. We are the backbone. You know how the old saying goes, the wife is the backbone to the husband. It's what keep his strength. It's how he keep his strength up. And he's the protector. Okay. That's who we have been to this country. We are the strength that bled in the soil around this country, especially the southern country, part of the country. We have died countless deaths for the right to be seen as human. So, when it comes down to what they're doing down in Jackson, Mississippi, what they're doing down in Florida, and many other states around this country, we all as a people have to stand up and fight for what is right. If we have any type of moral compass, any type of empathy or compassion or sympathy for what's real, what's light, what's godly, not your made up God. In your mind, of what you think God is or what it represents. but the goodness of what the Almighty represents. If you have that in you, then we all need to stand and band together to fight against the evil that is encompassing this country, is taking it over. You saw what happened on January the 6th. That's just the start. Actually, that wasn't the start, but that's just a sign of what's to come if we let go of what is right. The freedoms that all of us are supposed to be enjoying, the freedom of what the Constitution is supposed to represent for us all as United States citizens. So it's important that we all come together to try to shed light, you know, fight against this. I know the NAACP supposed to be, from what I hear, I don't know all the details about it, but I hear that they want to ban going to Florida for vacationing because of what is going on down there. They're saying we got to stand up and we got to band together. So you know how that goes. Once you stop the flow of money, once the money is attacked and stopped, that's when people start to look and pay attention. And I think that that's a good approach, because look what happened back when Dr. King and Rosa Parks and many others, stood up when it came down to public transportation, busing. They did what they had to do for more than over 300 days. Over 300 days. They walked. They did what they had to get around, get to work, to get back home, travel to the grocery store, whatever they had to do. They just avoided taking public transportation for over a year. And look what happened. Just so they have a right to sit where they want to sit on the bus. Their money, money is green no matter who's giving it to you. So we all have the same rights no matter what. That's how it should be. That's what they fought for. To be recognized for our contributions as well. And that's what history is. It's a recognition. It's to recognize the contributions that has been sacrificed and given to this country for the country to be the country that it is today. And we share in that contribution, us as Black people, as non-white people, just like whites have contributed. We all have. We all share in the same history. But for some reason, we as Black folks always seem to be the one who get the bull end of the stick. Always trying to be not counted. And something needs to change. And we all need to stand and band together to create that change. And you got to start somewhere. So I agree with the NAACP say they wants to do with, you can go, if you want to go to a beach, go to Myrtle Beach, go to Virginia Beach, go to California. There's so many other beaches you can go to around the United States. You don't have to go to Florida just to go to Miami to go to the beach. So I'm just saying, I actually happen to agree with it. It's my right to agree with it. So do what you think is best for you. But I know one thing. If we want to create change, a big change, when it comes down to this country and how people are being seen, especially non-whites are being seen, if actually not seen the way they should be seen, a stand need to be made. And this is just my personal opinion. No one has to agree with me. But I do know that some changes needs to be made because we all should be seen and understood and heard. And we all should be able to give acknowledgement to one another. We all are human. We all that we are that race. We are the human race. It's really not a such thing as color. Of course, again, that was created by man. White man, I guess to be exact. If I want to, call out something. But we all go along with it. If you got to have a title, if you got to be called something, so we just go with it. My granddaughter said the other day, she said, we're not black, we brown. I never seen a black person before. We are brown. And that came from the mouth of a babe, 5 years old. So, what do that tell you? So, if you're interested in this conversation, let's have more of it. So, please leave a comment below, like and subscribe, and please, by all means, share. That helps my channel to grow. This is Charm City Decoded. I'm your host, Sophina Turner. I bid you all a good night.